Caitlin Clark's rise to the pros has been met with a lot of hate, including racial undertones from some of her predominantly African-American rivals. Yet, when Sabrina Ionescu, a white point guard and Liberty star, entered the WNBA as a future star, she didn't face the same backlash. So why is Caitlin Clark getting so much hate? What's really behind this? Let's break it down.
Numbers, 3-on-1, Canada, foot race, gets the bucket over Caitlin Clark, and they'll count the bucket.
The Atlanta Dream can cut this game to single digits headed in the fourth quarter. And it started with the defense by Maya Caldwell, the fumble by Kelsey Mitchell, and who is out and running. It's impossible to catch Jordan Canada with a full head of steam, and Caitlin Clark fouls her, getting to the rack.
So for our free throw leader of the game is sponsored by Free at Last Bail Bonds, the name families trust when time gets tough. You can see Ryan Howard, 79%. Jordan Canada at the free throw line makes it a single-digit game.
In a fierce game between the Atlanta Dream and Indiana Fever, both teams played hard for the win, but Caitlin Clark may have crossed a line in the heat of the moment. Was it accidental or too aggressive? Let's break it down. With 36 seconds left in the third quarter, Dream guard Jordan Canada had a fast break. As she went for a layup, Caitlin Clark swiped at the ball but hit Canada's face instead, sending her to the floor. Canada still made the shot, and Clark was called for a personal foul, giving the Dream a free throw. Fans were furious Clark wasn't called for a flagrant foul or even reviewed. Many took to social media saying, if it were the other way around, people would be rioting. Calls for fairness and an end to favoritism in the WNBA are growing louder.
Because I'm in season, I have other things that we need to worry about than what other people have to say. I have a scout, I have 11 other minds on my team and in my locker room that we got to make sure that we're on the same mindset. So I really can't give you the best answer on that because I really don't pay any attention to it. My goal is just to go out there and be the best that I can be for my teammates, both on and off the court, and we're going to go out there and be it.
That moment sparked it all. WNBA star A'ja Wilson claims Caitlin Clark's race plays a significant role in her rise to fame, calling it impossible to ignore. Wilson's controversial comments came after Clark secured high-level deals before even stepping onto a WNBA court.
This crowd, wow, in only ways that Caitlin can.
Caitlin Clark has been the face of college basketball for 2 years, leading her team to 2 national title games and capping off a record-breaking collegiate career. Show 8-5. As Caitlin Clark prepares for her sophomore season, discussions about her race and transition to the pros have emerged. While she hasn't fueled any tension between black and white players, the deals she signed before even playing a WNBA game have sparked conversations about double standards in women's basketball. Sports often thrive on heated rivalries, especially when race is involved. A'ja Wilson's controversial comments have only added fuel to the debate, creating a divide within the league.
What are your thoughts on all the moves so far and the state of this team?
I'm really excited. I think Kelly and Amber have done a really good job of, finding pieces that fit. It makes me excited about the future, obviously, with Steph and her staff coming in here, and my ability to work out with Keith all off-season has been really fun, but it's been fun. I got to work out with DB, and, as some off-season leagues and overseas stuff kind of wraps up, a lot of them will start getting back, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to get in the gym and be with my teammates and, just start putting the pieces together and see what works, what doesn't work. But I think we're going to have a lot of different options to do a lot of different things, and I think that's what's super exciting about it all.
What stands out to you about the experience, the champions that have been added to this bunch?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what everybody talked about when we were in the playoffs last year of, we really didn't have much experience at all playing in playoff games. I don't know what the exact number was, but we really lacked in that area. So just adding pieces of, players that have been in this league, they know what it takes to win, they know what it takes to get to the finals, they know what it takes to win championships, I think is exactly what we needed in our locker room.
The race-based debate over perceived favoritism toward Caitlin Clark and slights against black players continues as the WNBA's #1 pick prepares for her sophomore season. Victoria Jackson, a sports historian and professor at Arizona State University, noted that while Clark has drawn new and returning fans to the WNBA, racial factors have also played a role in her unprecedented rise.
Us as black women, age reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. Like, she understands her privilege and like, pushes her over the top in a sense.
Well, my goodness, maybe there is no hope for this league. That's the way they look at white players or white people. I mean, privilege?
That privilege word strikes a nerve, you know, because you don't want to ever hear this, oh yeah, you got black privilege. What does that mean? Or you got white privilege. What does that mean? It exists in certain aspects of things. You know, let's not be oblivious here that there's no such thing for white privilege and black privilege. But in terms of basketball, this topic shouldn't even be in basketball. Saying just because short is popular based off a game, there are plenty of white players in the WNBA that are not popular as Caitlin Clark. So let's not say that.
Apparently there's a WNBA player named A'ja Wilson. Apparently she's pretty good. Caitlin Clark brings it down, goes twice between her legs, step back jack. A'ja Wilson doesn't like that. A'ja Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism. A'ja Wilson, who bitch, whined, and moaned, and continues to bitch, whine, and moan, that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white, couldn't be more far off. Hey, look, we love Steph Curry as a black man because of how he plays. We'll give two craps about Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark being white, black, green, or purple. When in doubt, yell racism, and when in doubt, look stupid doing it. And the latest is this moron named A'ja Wilson. I think, talking about racism, it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people may say it's not about black and white, but to me it really is. Well, of course it is to you.
For example, Clark's first preseason game was streamed, while Angel Reese's was not. Reese faces criticism for actions like talking trash or attending the Met Gala before a game, scrutiny that likely wouldn't apply to Clark. Similarly, Clark's lucrative deals, including a $28 million night contract and a signature shoe, have highlighted disparities in how players are treated. A'ja Wilson, a multiple-time MVP and champion, only recently received a signature shoe despite her accolades.
Season surpassing the mark set by Sylvia Fowles in 2018. Reese broke the record in just 32 games, so give her love and support. And last but not least is, of course, Caitlin Clark, who just led the Indiana Fever to an above 500 record for the first time in 5 years. By the way, she's the second leading scorer at 23.4 points per game over the last 12 games. The Indiana Fever owned the WNBA record for most consecutive games under 500, by the way, with 189 until recently, of course, the other day. Now the team is setting WNBA attendance records with over 500,000 fans over their first 33 games this season. Some have compared Caitlin Clark to Tiger Woods and how she's revolutionized fan engagement in women's basketball. Overall attendance, in case you missed it, is up by 20%, breaking TV viewership ratings and merchandise sales. Either way you slice it, it's clear that we're witnessing a golden era in the sport.
On social media, Reese has faced far more vitriol than Clark, with Reese often targeted for her actions and persona. Meanwhile, commentators like Jason Whitlock argue that Clark's impact on merchandise sales, attendance, and TV ratings is unmatched, calling her the Tiger Woods of women's basketball. He suggests that jealousy and racial bias are clouding the opportunity for Clark to elevate the entire league financially, much like Woods did for golf.